Alright guys, welcome back to another Rayquatics video. We're here in the fish room in front of the beautiful 220 gallon aquarium. I just took all the sand out of here. Did a giant water change, trying to make sure that this stays beautiful. Because this is my main show aquarium here with my Oscars. I've got my few grow outs, the peacock bass, but this is my main Oscar horde here. As you know, they're all super hungry. So we're going to give them a little feeding, as well as going through the whole fish room, showing you guys all the changes, what's happened to some of our tanks, and of course, giving our fish a good meal. So, without further ado, we're going to start them off with just a little bit of fluval bug bites, black soldier fly larva pellets. These guys eat just about anything. They eat just about, oh my, yeah, you see that? You see that? See the 220 gallon aquarium. We've got our 5 Oscars. These are our beautiful Oscars. They all have names. We've got Gramps, we got Joe, we got Mike, we got Shelly, and then we have one that needs a name. Comment a name on this one below. And Jar Jar Binks, of course. This is our rescue peacock bass. As you can see, he looks a little weird because his back is actually broken. We got him like this, but you know, he lives a good life here in the 200, hand feeding him shrimp, making sure he's good. You can still see he swims pretty decently. This is our grow out Orinoco peacock bass, who will soon be joining his friends in the 1,000-gallon pond, but he just needs to be a little bit bigger. And then this guy, something absolutely crazy, is an African tiger pike. It almost looks like a muskie or something. But these guys are super cool. You see the teeth on him. The teeth are absolutely insane.
Duck up. Oh, he got it.
He eats a little bit. But those are some of the fish we've got in the 220 gallon tank. Looking pretty good. As him, we've got our pumpkin seed, wild caught, eating the krill. Absolutely beautiful. This guy is definitely one of my favorite fish right now. Looking absolutely beautiful. Yeah, throw a few more pieces in there for him. Oh, look how crazy he gets. And look at the colors, the absolute beauteousness. If you guys want to see how we caught this fish, I'll have a little title card or something popping up right now where you can watch the video of us catching him wild caught. He's also eating pellets too. He eats live, frozen, and pellets. Anything we offer, this guy will eat. Absolute total champ. Plants are looking really good too. This 90-gallon aquarium, we have a pair of Dovi cichlids growing out for the 1,000-gallon, as well as our 2 hybrid catfish, the red-tailed tiger shovelnose and the Rayake shovelnose catfish. We're going to see if these guys want some krill. Yeah, not as ferocious as the sunfish, but they get the job done. Where's the other one? Oh, there he ate it. See, we think this is a male and this is a female. They're still too young to tell, but if you guys think you know about Dovi, let us know in the comments if you think we got a pair or not. You can see our little catfish too chilling there. They're doing what catfish do. Just sitting, waiting. And our last monster fish tank is this 150-gallon stingray aquarium. These are my little children. They constantly come up here and beg for food. Just giving you a full fish feeding. We're going to feed every single fish. We got to feed the little rays, man. We've got the rest of our shrimp here defrosted for the stingrays, but they're small. This is still way too much. So I'm going to take a few of these pieces here, and we're just going to use some of our inner chef action here and just finally mince it. We want our rays to be able to fully chew through all of this stuff, so we're going to get it into very small, bite-sized little shrimp chunks. Gourmet, finely minced shrimp, and I like to give it a little splash when putting it in here to let the rays know that it's feeding time. Train them a bit even. Look at them. Pancaked, bro. Completely flapjacked out on top of each other. This is what they like doing. I don't know why. I'm going to spread the food out. Eventually they will separate. Each get what they can. over here. And we're going to see, once they smell it, it's over. Look at that. This big guy is absolutely going crazy, eating me out of house and home. But isn't it interesting how they pancake up like that, right? Look at them. The little one's riding the top one gets back on. Oh, there we go. They're like stealing it. They're little parachutes, parachuting on top of it. I love it. Stingrays are definitely some of my favorite creatures here. We're just going to put this little bit in. Only feed them as much as they can eat because these guys are super, super sensitive. Any little leftover food is going to spike the ammonia, spike the nitrate. We don't want that with these guys. So a little bit at a time. Wait till they finish it. Put a little bit more. All right, guys. So this rack here is going to be most of my smaller planted aquariums. So let's just take you through all that and feed them some good food. I've got some AgCore Vibrant Sticks, as well as some New Life Spectrum Theremin pellets. So let's start down here in this 55-gallon aquarium. This is going to be where most of my stem plants are going to be grown out. Soon, we will have a place for you guys to get your own version of these stem plants, but we just got a bunch of these plants growing out. There are, believe it or not, some fish in here. So I go in there and scare him out. Whoa! There he is, Glossostemia witchmani. This is the freshwater cardinal fish, or the mouth almighties as they're called. These two are actually, I have two of them. There's another one right here. You can see that guy in there, in the plants there. I have a male and female. There he is. I have a male and female. This pair is actually the largest species of the mouth almighty, the witchmani, as it were. But they just basically help provide nitrates for all my plants in here. Because like I said, the main goal of this 55, with its deep substrate, we've got fluval stratum with the sand on top. This is going to be a stem plant grow-out aquarium. The next tank, up here, we've got the 20-gallon tall, most of my epiphyte growing out. We've got some Bucephalandra as well as some really cool banana plant. We've just got this little angelfish in here, as well as a giant gourami, going to be going in our monster tanks once he's a little bit bigger, but he's the size of a normal small gourami right now. But these guys are absolutely beautiful. Zebra lace angel looking nice. I've also got in the corner there, if you see, that's what they call a jaguar catfish. It's actually like, if you're familiar with the Raphael catfish, he's basically going to find a spot to hide and stay there indefinitely, but at least he's pretty. Now in this one right here, these are my Mecha splendens, which are a species of goodyeid, or the split fin live bearer. Another name for these is the butterfly split fin, but it's a whole different family of live bearers, separate from mollies, platies, guppies, and all that. These guys are a little bit on the rarer side. You don't see them too often. We've got the beautiful males, if you can zoom in, with the iridescent scales and the yellow fin, looking absolutely beautiful. And you can see the larger females as well. The cool thing about these, as opposed to guppies and platies, where guppies, mollies, platies, they have a lot of babies and they're super small when they come out. These guys will only have about 2 or 3 babies at a time, but they're going to be 2 to 3 times the size of guppy babies when they come out. So it's another really interesting species we've got in the fish room. All right, so next up here, we've got our German rams. These are a special variety of German rams. These are the gold head neon blue variety. I've got my male and female in there. I've had a few spawns from these guys, trying to let them raise their own fry to start. I've never really raised rams before. The best part about this is I got to do RO water changes. I'm using reverse osmosis water, mixing it with a little bit of the tap to try to keep that perfect GH/KH range, because if it's not in that range, well, they won't breed. These guys like super soft, super acidic water, and that's just sometimes what you got to do, make your own water for your fish. And in this tank right here, I've got my Gardnereye Killifish. Now you see these are 2 females right here. I wonder where the male went. There he is. Get a close-up of that male. So these guys are the Killifish. These are going to be egg-laying fish from various parts of the world. The name Killifish, they're not deadly. The word kill in, I believe, some Swedish. I believe it's Swedish. Kill means stream or brook. These are going to be a fast-moving stream fish. These ones are not annual killies, meaning that they do live longer than a year, but they're still super pretty. Trying to breed those guys out here in the fish room. I've got my long water lettuce acting as almost a spawning mop, so hopefully soon we'll be getting some eggs from these guys and have some beautiful Gardnereye Killifish here in the fish room. And then, last but not least, up on the top rack here, we've got my trio of Kohaku guppies. These are a line-bred species of guppies here to have that wonderful, almost koi-like color with the red head and the red tail. I've got 2 females and a male. They're already producing, making a ton of babies. And as you see, I've got a lot of epiphyte grow-out plants in here, like my Pinto anubias, as well as a bunch of Java fern, Wendelob, as well as Trident growing in here. Just another cool thing to have. Plants growing out, fish growing out. And then the last tank here, it looks empty, but these are actually all my guppy fry. I've been separating them out. You don't have to separate out your guppy fry, especially when you have as much Java moss as I do. I'm just in a numbers game here. Half of these guys will probably be culls just to make sure that the genetic line here stays pure. But we have no excess of fish that will be able to eat little baby guppy fry. So that's going to be the 10-gallon rack. And if you come right next door, these are our 2 other planted aquariums. This is my no-filter ecosystem aquarium. No filter is literal. There's no mechanical, no biological filtration besides the plants in and out of the water. You can see I did my yearly water change on it. I try not to do water changes, but you know, when there's no filter, you can afford to do a water change once a year. I've got some pretty interesting fish in here. I have some red Beckfordi pencilfish, as well as a few Rhinogobius ruberomaculatus. These are actually a stream fish out of China. Another good reason I have those in here is they don't really like super hot water. There's no heater, no nothing on this tank. And well, you might ask me, Ray, how does a no-filter tank work? It's going to be all of this. All of my wonderful plants. I've got these elephant ears, Monstera, variegated Monstera, bamboo, Syngonium, Philodendron, even a little struggling mangrove. This is barely enough light for a mangrove. But all these plants, believe it or not, keep my nitrates around 0. Nada, zip, nothing. Plants are nature's best filter, and I just love having this tank in my fish room as a reminder of what you can do. You know, say shit hits the fan, you don't got no filter, you can still keep fish as long as you've got light. And then another sleeper tank, I call it a sleeper build here in the fish room, is all the way on the bottom. This is my Crebensis breeding aquarium. As you see, my plants are absolutely doing amazing. The duckweed has taken over a little bit just to, you know, I let it do its thing in here because these guys are actually breeding. I've seen them courting many times now, and the way this tank is set up, I'm really not trying to pull the fry or anything like that. I'm interested in breeding fish that will just do their natural habits and, you know, letting me forget about it, basically. And having a tank down on the bottom here is perfect for these fish because they want me to forget about them if they want to breed. The plants want me to forget about them so they can grow. And, well, it works out. And I just look at this tank at least once a week and I just think, wow, I set up a beautiful tank. And I don't even get to look at it because I got to do this. I got to squat down just to look at my fish. But they're beautiful. I do have an American flagfish in there because it was eating my hair algae. As you can see, they're beating the crap out of it because, well, they don't want to breed while someone's watching them. And, you know, I can't really blame them. I wouldn't either. So the male Crebensis, if you see here, too, he looks really pretty with the spotting on his tail and stuff. He's actually a cross between 2 different localities of collection points on these guys. So just super interesting to see how the babies will turn out on those guys. But we do have one more tank, and that's going to be our saltwater aquarium. You guys saw the video about this a few weeks ago. Still doing absolutely great. Pumps holding on just fine. We got our Lobo down here doing good. It initially had some die off. I cut it back. It's doing great. New addition, I have my flower pot coral. Absolutely love that guy. My little Ghani, doing great. And a few other SPS in here that, you know, it's hit or miss with this tank setup. It's been quite a while since I've done any sort of water change or anything. Cross my fingers. Everything's just doing all right. I've got some rods food going in. I love the rods food because it just breaks up into smaller pieces, and it really does feed everything, the fish as well as the coral. I'm not doing a super heavy feeding every day. I'll do this probably every 2 or 3 days. Substituting pellets when need be for these guys. I'm super happy with this reef. Like I've seen people do a lot more for a lot less in terms of reef aquariums. So the fact that it's going strong after this long without a really crazy maintenance, I love it. Alrighty, and we've got Jack's saltwater tank here too, getting a little bit of rods. Always got to feed him good. We've got the Flame Angel as well as the 6-line wrasse in here, so definitely going to be enjoying the food. Look at that, boom. Picking it off. This is great because it feeds the corals as well. As you see, we got our wonderful zoa garden. Stratosphere zoa is doing quite well. Everything in here, it is getting a little high nitrate, as you see with the polyp extension and everything. But I think it's looking still good, you know, with the whole doing a water change thing. Definitely got to do a water change. But for no water change in a few months, you've definitely seen a lot worse. Not too much algae, not too much to worry about here. The lighting might be a little too intense for some things. We might have to dial that back in. For just a tank that's running, this is pretty beautiful, I gotta say. This, as many of you guys have seen already, is our 1,000-gallon pool pond here. Looking amazing after the addition of this bog filter. I got my light. We've got our plants growing. The plants are starting to take hold. I've been also using it as just kind of a propagation and grow out bin. So, for the 1,000-gallon pond, unfortunately, they don't eat pellets. But the main thing is I haven't fed in a few days for this specific purpose of we're going to be feeding them here for you shortly. Ho, 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 ho. This thing, the alligator gar, that's the real problem fish in here. Not to say it's a problem. I love him as I love all my fish. But this guy's a real piece of work. When he gets hungry, things start to go missing, which is not good. So let's go defrost some food for these guys. Us in here, we feed high quality frozen food. We start with the ShopRite wonderful shrimp. We're gonna just throw a whole bunch of this stuff in here. These guys eat a lot. So like this right here, that's barely enough. Honestly, we're probably gonna do just that amount. And for the smaller guys, we've got some frozen krill. You saw that? I'm going to clip it right here. As you see, they already know what's going on. They're going to sit and watch for the next 10 minutes while we defrost this food. Oh. They're all waiting. You see, they're all patiently lined up. They know exactly what it is. These stupid Oscars think that that they can get it.
Feeding the monsters. See what happens here. Ooh. See if we got a jump.
A jumper. Ooh,
almost.
That was a good one. Ooh.
Damn. I got the gar coming over. See if
my
pike.
Pike stolen. Little surface hit, little surface hit. Come on,
get him over here.
The gar. Yeah, let the Oscars eat the small piece. Ooh.
Little gar.
Little gar. Dude, that was a perfect.
Yep.
That was a perfect move right there.
Get that juke. Juke him out.
Juke him out.
I'll get one.
Dude, these Oscars are stealing it from my gar.
Too crazy.
They get too crazy.
There we go.
Now we got one. And he's gonna swim away. It's freaking, these Oscars bite off more than they can chew. Everyone else wants it besides the gar. Oh, gar got it.
That catfish is gonna get that. Watch.
I'm seeing it. I'm watching.
Boom.
Got it. Keep him well fed. Whoa!
Oh, he took my fucking tweezers. He got the tweezers.
He's got the tweezers.
Holy shit.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Holy.
Oh, well, he dropped them. Holy crap.
Damn.
Got him?
Yeah. That was crazy.
That was insane. Well, there you have it, guys. That was feeding and looking at every single one of my fish tanks here in this fish room. While it may be small, as you now have seen, there is a lot of fish in this little space. But that's going to be all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned next week where we're going to go on some real crazy aquatic adventures. And I just want to point out before we leave here that I've been noticing all the new subscribers, all the wonderful comments and likes on everything, especially all the short videos. And we just want to say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you guys for being part of the Rayquatics family. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you in the next video. Rayquatics out.